Let's roll. Welcome, everybody, to episode 64 of the Rap Cave Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I didn't forget this time. I'm Chris Platte, a.k.a. Platte Pods, with a few of my near and dear friends, a few returning faces as well. I got, of course, you know the deal, Mike Biirdie. Shout out to Biirdie. We're Sports Biirdie, everywhere Biirdie. Shout out to Biirdie. I got Zay, of course, returning. What's good? Feeling good, feeling great. And then got my boys Jalen and Eric back on the mics. Excited about that. Jalen, man, it's been a minute.
I'm finally back.
It's been a hiatus. Perfect timing.
Greatly missed.
Yeah, greatly missed. And honestly, I didn't ever think you were gonna be where you were a couple days ago. But we'll get into that. Before we get to that. You know I like to BS in the intro a little bit, and I just gotta go straight to Biirdie. I gotta go straight to the source, man. What's the deal with this Cardi lollipop, man? What's the deal with that diamond lollipop?
I think it was gifted to him by the LGBT. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't turn it down. You know
because if you
saying?
turn it down, then now you're not
in June it just be in poor taste.
In June, you know what I'm saying?
Poor taste.
My thing is though is like, don't you think it would get like unsanitary? Because you just gotta put that bitch in your
That's what I was thinking too.
You
like,
know
I
what
just
mean?
couldn't
Like,
lick.
Also licking a diamond. I feel like you cut the shit out of your tongue. Like,
I mean,
they probably like cleaned and shit.
Yeah,
right?
they probably grinded
like
them
that.
down. But like, I mean, I guess people eat gold-plated steaks and shit. So, I mean,
Them bitches be
I've heard that, but I thought that was like
strips of fucking gold though. They don't be like
it's gold flake.
You know
gold leaf.
I've also thought that was just a myth, like that didn't exist. Like,
No,
I've never
it's
physically
a real
seen
thing,
that.
but it literally doesn't. It's such a fucking cash grab, like cop out, you know.
Why don't you just piss on your money and light on fire? I don't understand.
All that is just it's extra money. You think
Yeah.
all you got to do is just cook that steak medium, throw some gold on it, and be like, that's $120. Go ahead and eat it.
Imagine that bitch is cooked wrong too. Oof.
Bro, don't let it be cooked well done.
Yeah,
I was at that spot. I'm actually blanking on it. So it's probably good I don't name drop it. But there's a spot downtown, and I feel like my Birmingham people would know. There's a spot downtown that, you know, once upon a time I took a couple friends and someone there, and when we went there, it was first of all they were like we don't split checks here. What are we doing here? What are you doing here? You guys too poor to eat here?
You're broke without telling me.
They're like, are you guys too poor to eat here? Like, well, let me know before we get your orders in. But they were like, nothing on the menu had a price.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
That's that fucking. If you gotta ask, you can't afford it. Shut the fuck up.
A couple of my friends at the time, shout out to them, worked at Target, so they weren't exactly top of the line. So like. One of them goes, how much is that? And the waiter tells him, and he goes,
yeah, I know, it's a harsh reality.
Yeah, man, that was a good time.
Yeah, places.
Yeah, right. I was at a bar this weekend. It was at a nicer bar in Detroit, and same thing. Like the drink menu had no prices on it, and I just like pointed at something, and then the bartender like takes out a cinnamon stick, lights it on fire. I'm like, I'm cooked.
Yeah. Whenever they involve like fire or anything into it,
you're like fuck.
$20, right? Yeah. Once the theatrics get into it, you're
oh my god.
You drink that motherfucker real slow.
That's
Give me water.
That's funny.
Yeah, for real.
That's funny, man.
Your finest Bud Light, please. Like, you know?
No, that's true. When they bring out the fire, it's a wrap. Yeah,
theatrics, that's that Salt Bay shit.
But yeah, no, that Cardi lollipop thing, I just, I don't know, because there's been conversations about Cardi as well too. So, it could be his month. I don't know, but there's been those conversations as well. So, that's why I'm not gonna listen, however he wants to spend his money.
I saw a video of him this week. He was sagging so low that his pants fell all the way to his ankles, and he had to pick them bitches up. Bro, he sags so low, he's basically in his drawers all the time. It's crazy to me.
Dude. Let's start with the fun. We got a lot to talk about on this episode. There was a lot of new music. I don't know how engaged people are about the new music, but I took notes on everything. I'm ready for that. But before we get to that, we also have BET Awards as well. That was a fun night. We'll get into that, but first, man, I think we got to talk about it. GNX came to Detroit. SZA and Kendrick came to Detroit. That great album, that classic album that you see right there. There was some bangers played off of that as well that turned up the arena. Stadium, not arena. Sorry, I gotta be punctual about it. I gotta be grammatically correct. But no, man. I just I went with shout out my guys, Chris. Shout out with Zay. I went with my girl. With my boy Josh and Bryce, who...
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. Don't know where he's at right now. Don't know what he's up to, but I'm sure he's having a good old time.
He's the busiest man I've ever met.
Yeah.
You got to book that man.
Yeah, 7 weeks in advance, you got to book that man. And
you got to check in with his assistant first.
You got his assistant?
You ain't got his number? I'll send it to you, yeah.
I can't even get his assistant, bro.
Exactly.
God forbid he ever starts dating, bro. Then you're never seeing him.
Never see him again.
You're never seeing him. But, no, man, I don't want to spend...
I just watch his lifestyle, and I'm exhausted by that.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
And that's coming from me.
Bro, when we left let me let you continue. When we left the concert, me and him both live in the city. When we left the concert,
not that far from each other either. 5 minutes away.
We left. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go to bed.
Oh, dude, he was probably ready to turn up.
Yeah, this dude was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go meet my boy at this bar." I'm like, "Really? I'm tired. You not tired?" He's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm going to rally. We're gonna get some drinks, hang out. Baby, I don't know what time I'll get back home." I'm like, dude, more power to you, bro. I don't know how you have that energy.
Let me see what he's doing. We're gonna get into the GNX recap. It was a hell of a show, but I don't want to spend too long on it. But it was a big moment. I want to talk about it for a little bit, see how everybody's feeling.
I don't know.
I want to see what was it.
I really...
Yo, you are live on air. Don't say anything incriminating. We are talking about the GNX Tour right now. What do you got to say about the GNX Tour?
All I have to say is that tour was life affirming. Everything about that tour was amazing. SZA was one of the best live vocalists I've ever seen. And I will tell you right now that if anybody thinks they can beat that tour this year, they got a hard act to follow.
All right. What was the record you enjoyed most out of them?
Ooh. Honestly, there was not one of my favorite songs off the album, but I actually love seeing there, Man at the Garden.
Yeah.
This is why I fuck with you. You at the Tigers game right now, right?
Yes, we are. Javi Baez just hit a home run.
Hey, let's go.
Dog, that man's comeback is like... I can't even put that into rap terms. Like, what's a rap comeback like Javi Baez?
It's a good time to be a Detroit sports fan.
I don't think there is one. You're talking worst of all time to, like, actually doing something. I don't think there's...
There isn't somebody I can think of. Like, I mean, maybe now.
I don't think anybody in hip-hop's really made a good comeback, though.
Okay. I like that. Shout out to you, Bryce, man. I just wanted to touch base with you, see how the GNX tour, see how GNX tour was for you. My brother, enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. I'll see you.
Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
He never really fell off.
And I'm about to see Ludacris tonight, so I'm gonna tell you how Ludacris is next week.
All right, bet. I'll talk to you.
Maybe Cherry Bomb, and then he kind of just
Peace.
reinvented himself from there. Yeah.
There you have it, the 1 minute recap of Bryce. He's about to go see Luda too. I forgot. We should have saw T.I. when he did stand up here.
That was last weekend. I talked to my cousins about possibly doing that, but we didn't do it. Yeah,
it would depend on how much the tickets was.
T.I. doing stand up,
seems funny.
It just threw me completely off, but he is a funny guy.
I've seen his stand up though online. It was alright. It was pretty decent.
It probably is, but I don't know.
Expeditiously.
Yeah. So is SZA really like that on the vocals? Like he said, one of the best live vocals you've ever seen.
It was pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah,
honestly, really good.
She hits the notes. A little too much bug shit for me.
Yeah,
I'd still squash, but
a lot of praying mantises and shit on stage. Yeah.
Oh, bugs! I thought you said something totally different.
It was a caterpillar.
Yeah.
It was bugs, praying mantises.
Hey, that one time she was full like a pretzel. I'll tell you what.
You went too, yeah.
I showed up.
Yeah, he tapped.
you was there?
I showed up.
Okay.
He tapped it. Ops was in the building. Ops was in the building. Him and Academics were chilling.
So first off, my mom and I, that's our 60th show together, concert-wise.
Shout out.
My 93rd total, so I have 7 more than 100. Fifth time seeing your boy Kendrick, right? Mm-hmm. It was pretty nice, you know. I think it was good, all jokes aside, being a Drake fan and all. I didn't really know as much as, like, SZA's music, how, like, I thought I did.
I agree with that.
So, like, them doing,
she
like,
played a lot of the new shit.
Them doing half and half was kind of different for me. Like, even, like, Kendrick, I know, like, his music. I have one complaint, though, only one complaint. He did Mad City over Rapture.
What was the beat? Wait, Rapture? What?
By Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
yeah,
what it was.
the Anita Baker flip.
I was furious because he kept playing the drop in Powers and Crips. He kept playing it over and over, but he just kept rapping.
But hold on, but you're somebody that's went to Kendrick, I think, as many times as me, or multiple times. So, you said 5? Yeah, you've seen Kendrick more than I have. Like, to me, Mad City, okay, we know how lit that one is. It's a good song to look forward to. I enjoyed the, like, hey, let's just do something totally different with that record.
It was cool, but, like,
I enjoyed it.
I was just shocked because, like, he was doing it for
He did another one, too. I think it was from Money Trees.
SZA, she did the same thing for the, she was flipping
the
old
one
beats.
from
And he did the
around
swimming
and
pools a little
everything,
different.
too. It was cool. She did the, I think the Isley Bros song she did.
Oh, yeah, the Isley Bros. Yeah.
Like, she flipped, like, the actual song and, like, freestyle
well,
that mug.
And the crazy thing is, too, is that Sir also has Footsteps in the Dark, like the cover that he did, too. So it's all kind of TDE affiliated with the Isley Brothers or whatever. But yeah, no, I kind of felt the same way when it came to SZA, too. It was like, I didn't know, I knew less than I thought I did. You know what I mean? Because
it was so much of the Lana.
In a way, I kind of like that because I can look at the performance more objectively and, like, it's undeniable that girl can sing her fucking ass off.
She did great.
She's a really good performer.
And she did Love with him too. She did Zakari.
She
killed that shit.
I knew she would, dog. I knew she would.
I almost wish that it was her on the actual song.
We had that bet. We had that bet. Me and Biirdie. I bet that she was going to do it at the Super Bowl with Kendrick, but they saved it for the tour. That was a good. Yeah, that was a good flip. Yeah, no, I thought her set. So like my thing was this is that it was an absolute electric show. I really enjoyed it. The one common criticism I heard even before we went, and I kind of thought about it too, so it made sense, is the energy difference. Like Kendrick was performing Euphoria, and then SZA would come out and sing something beautiful. And so, well, it worked for me. I will hear the arguments of people that were like, yeah, that was just, I don't know, that was just a little too different. I thought they did it pretty. I thought they did it pretty well. I thought they did the whole conceptual like Bonnie and Clyde shit really well with the deposition and all of that. That was really dope. Perfectly. I thought that.
Still, my theory still is that deposition is based off the actual Wayne deposition from like 2010 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you ever seen that video, but Wayne how Kendrick was acting in the whole deposition thing is exactly how Wayne was acting in real life during his deposition. Yeah, like he's just talking shit the whole time. You know what I mean? So it feels like it's a call to that.
It was absolutely that. But you know what? I kind of had like a really good like perfect situation to go with because I had, you know, shout out to you two, and then of course Josh and Bryce, who I talked about that were with me, and then I had my girl. So like for the Kendrick parts, it was like, okay, I'm super lit, you know, I'm jumping out, I'm rapping word for word, having well, not every word, but I'm rapping most of the words. I'm rapping most of the words.
He was good.
Hey, I watched it.
You're avoiding?
I watched it. All Right came on. I watched it. Somebody had video of me, and then I was like, all right, let's see, because I was pretty drunk, so I was like, let's see. I pride myself on that. Flawless execution.
God bless.
It was. I was proud of myself for that. But then so I have those energy moments, and then when SZA comes on, you know, I just got to like lean to my girl and you know, kind of just go back and forth to that. So both vibes worked to me.
I came back to her singing F2F, right? I've never heard that song in my life.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life.
Like you went back and listened to it after, and you're
they had like I'm like, this shit is like toxic, but like it's a great song. But to you, Platte, is this your favorite Kendrick?
It is, because before this was actually Mr. Morale, and I know we talked about the Damn one as well, because the Damn was legendary because you have Cole coming out, which was like a monumental / lucky thing to happen.
Great. Me and you went to that.
So that was sweet, but the Mr. Morale one was so special too, because regardless of how you feel about the album, like that album was made with the performance in mind. So the performance made me like the album a lot better.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed that one. Exactly. But this one to me was the best because, look, it was his statement here was this: as seeing Kendrick multiple times and seeing him perform, Mr. Morale was very much about the theatrics of it, the tap dancing, the cohesion of the show. Whereas this one was like, I want to make sure that I am rapping every word crystal clear and everybody hears me. I am rapping my ass off, my breath control. We've always known that about Kendrick. He's always been like good at rapping with the ferocity that he raps at and translating that live. But this time, like, dude, he did Euphoria all the way through. I thought he didn't do the intro. He did the intro too. He did all 6 minutes of that shit, just rapping his ass off, not missing a word. Like, I think that was very intentional. And then he did Reincarnated, Man at the Garden. And
yeah, he took some. Like, there were some risky songs he chose too.
Yeah, like to play those records.
Because like what I will say is that I think that what this really showed is that this was a superstar performance. Like, you know,
absolutely,
Kendrick has always had good performances, but this was. I mean, to be expected with the stadium. You know what I mean? But like, this is a top tier. This is as good as it fucking gets as far as like the amount of money that went into this show and they're doing this everywhere, like especially at the end when they did Gloria and they had the gigantic
I didn't realize how fucking big that car was.
That shit is crazy.
That shit is.
I saw it immediately once I saw it coming out. I thought because
I seen it that from city to city.
I seen clips of it and I thought it wasn't that big. I thought it was the size of the regular car.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he came out, too, to Whacked Out Murals was sweet. Like, he just, like, came out on that energy. Dude, it was just, like...
That Ford Field. I told you about that Ford Field shit, man. Like,
it's dope.
Those Ford Field concerts are, like, great.
The acoustics there.
That's the first one I've been to, I think.
Yeah, that's my first time at Ford Field. That was awesome.
It was crazy.
The acoustics at Ford Field are fucking great. Like, it sounded... You could actually hear everything pretty
well, you heard it when you got in. The minute you got in, you heard everything.
For as loud as it was, you could actually still make everything out. It wasn't blown out by the bass or anything like that. Like, the acoustics in there were great, dude.
And I think he does such a good job of this, and I know this goes back to, you know, people can fall on different sides of the fence of this, but the Super Bowl thing, again, why I like it, I see the criticisms of it, is the fact they did Reincarnated, Man at the Garden. Like, he did those deep cuts, and so, like, you've seen, like, the crowd wasn't, like, jumping up and down like they were All Right or Family Ties, which Family Ties is just, like, a fucking phenomenal live song, but... With Man at the Garden, Reincarnated, those deep cuts, like, you can see, okay, you know, there's some of the casual fans are there because Kendrick has so many different fans, so many different sounds, so many people are gravitating to different moments. So he does a good job of making sure everybody has their moment. Because, like, to me, the fact that he did Man at the Garden and Reincarnated are, like, that to me is my favorite part of the whole show. Like, I thought it was going to be Euphoria because Euphoria was awesome, but, like, to me, I love those deep cut records that Kendrick gave us on that album, and to see those live, I get that, you know, there was people around that probably were, you know, like a little bit like less in tune with that. Then you have the people that love backseat freestyle. They get up for that. Like, it was so well done the way he does a good job of, you know, having all these different sounds and balancing it. Yeah, and just like giving everybody their one moment that, like, this is going to be your favorite moment. It's almost like I'm playing this song just for you, and then you take that away.
Bases,
and you feel great about, like, honestly, I have no complaints about the set. Like, the fact I got Count Me Out was crazy. That was another high for the.
That was the one Mr. Morale song. I felt was a guarantee.
I knew he was going to play N95. I'm not the biggest N95 guy. But I really wanted the only two songs. The only two songs. Yeah, that song made me really want to watch it live.
And this is
I want to see Die Hard though, and I wanted to hear Section 80.
I'm the Drake guy, right? So Not Like Us is coming on. Cool, whatever. I made a tweet and I'm like, I know this song word for word. Like, I was rapping the shit out of that song. Way too good. So then, like, you know, the OV whole part came on. I said that shit very happy. My mom was like, she was like, aren't you a Drake fan? I was like, yeah, but like this
it's shit, a vibe.
This shit contagious, man. It's
when
like
you're in it, like
it's like you can't like dun. It's like you instantly. It's just like
The problem is that
it's one of those moments where you hate to love it. It's just bittersweet.
Bro, I was so mad.
It's so bittersweet.
I was going to.
That's what makes it. That's why that song.
The emotes.
That's why that song was so monumental, because if you take Drake out of it, it's a catchy song regardless. Like, it's easy to get caught up in the energy.
That's why I think that would be, to me, that would be a choice of like why I think it is the best concert is because honestly, I can't name a lot of songs in my life that are bigger than that song. And the fact that that is probably like statistically the biggest song I've seen live performed from an artist. Like I've seen some of Jay do his biggest songs and all of that, but like Not Like Us is, regardless of how you feel about it, it's one of the biggest rap songs ever already. So like,
I feel like Kendrick's kind of getting tired of singing it.
I did probably feel that too, but
after the Super Bowl, I think he's done. He's like, all right, now.
I enjoyed the fact that he did it, because now I can say like I got to see that song be that moment, and now I have that moment forever. But like I think that's what it's gonna be. I think he's gonna retire it. And
I definitely think there is truth. There is truth in that.
He had to perform it though.
He has to, but he's also
it's too big
because it's too big. Like it's the catch-22 of like it is about Drake, so it's easy to talk shit about it, but he can't not perform it either.
Which I thought he did a good job of like he didn't say like Drake like with emphasis. He wasn't like say Drake, like he didn't like get and like it was just another word. It was just another.
It wasn't as villainous as like the
Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like he even did poetic justice too. Like I think he's pretty unbothered.
I was hoping he was gonna put Drake's verse on there.
I did too. I was like, watch this, and he didn't do it.
What if he rapped it?
That's what I was thinking too, because he did. I think he had part in writing that, didn't he? Drake's verse on that.
Yeah,
I was hoping that he would actually like play Drake's verse on it as like a and also fucking SZA did what's it called? Shake that ass.
And I forgot she's on that song. Man.
Yeah,
Drake,
I did too. I forgot that was.
Oh, that one was a highlight too. That one the crowd turned up for. That was an absolute like
for the wrong reason though.
I mean, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing.
Hey, look.
I didn't see nothing.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything.
That was a good ass show, man.
I'm single. I saw a lot, and what I'm saying is, SZA.
Dude, 10-2, hands on the wheel that whole night. 10-2, but. For me.
I wish I was that.
Hachi Machi, dog. Oh my god. She was sitting on.
I wish I was that fucking Beetle.
I will.
She was sitting over.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'd squash.
I wish I was at stage when she was dropping it. I turned into planks of wood for that bitch. I swear to God.
No, I'll say this, man, before we get off the GNX and go to BET and all the other stuff we got going on. For me, I thought, man, how legendary is Detroit that every time Kendrick comes to Detroit, man, something happens. You had the Cole moment. You had Academics in the building. This was a show of all shows that he pulled up to.
I keep forgetting that he was at the Detroit show for some reason.
That he pulled up to the show, talked to Dave Free. We'll see what transpires from that.
We heard some shit about it.
Yeah, well, we heard one side, but we'll see. But like it was man, something's legendary about Detroit, man. It's just always some moments are happening here, and I just like to highlight that because Detroit is the best city in the world.
Obviously, it's like obviously it is like generic, but like Detroit does have good crowds in general. I mean, if you look at sports in general, no matter what, Detroit has very good crowds across the board, and like. It is a very generic thing as an artist, but Kendrick being like in Detroit, every time I come here, it's like we got some unfinished business or whatever, and it's like there is like truth to that in the Detroit crowd. Like,
people love it out here, man. You seen? I sent Platte a video earlier today. Kendrick was, I think it was the day of his show or the day before. It was wrong. He was on the Riverwalk.
Yeah, this one could look down his window and be like, hey,
he was right next to my house. I could have been like, is that Kendrick down there?
Yeah. You're like, is that him all the way down there?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on over, bro.
Come on, man. All five
come sign my shirt. He pulling up, bro.
It was overall like
out the fucking window.
Where the fuck you been at all show, nigga? Now you want to talk shit? quiet over there.
To be fair, he wasn't there.
Concert? What
Yeah.
I got to say about it? I ain't
Like,
we went to the concert. You better say it less than us.
You seen the shit?
I will say though, I've been to all these shows.
All right, no, mute up.
I've been to
No.
all these shows, right? My mom left the show. Shout out to Tina, right? Left the show. You want some merch? We've been going to shows since I was 13. She's never offered
like
to
your
buy a
guys' thing or
single.
whatever?
Yeah, that's our whole thing. Every concert, she's seen Young Boy for God's sake.
So is she a Kendrick fan in general?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You want a shirt?" She's never offered to buy a single shirt. She was like, "I'll buy it. How much?" I'm like,
That's
55.
petty.
She's like, "Here you go." I'm like, I don't even want to wear this shit for real.
That's petty.
Like,
I ain't even gonna be caught.
come on, but yeah, that was a fun ass show.
That's-
Ford Field has the best concerts. I'm telling you.
They're really. I've seen.
No, that was
I've seen
dope.
a show at Comerica Park, and it didn't even hold a torch to the. It was so crazy. Like Ford
Yeah.
Field is a good venue.
Yeah, man, that was that was dope. That was dope, man. One of the things I want to. Oh, we got the game going on. What we looking like?
10-15.
Indie.
God
Oh,
bless.
okay. We got.
One thing I didn't like about the show though is those little panel things because it was just hard to see.
Oh yeah.
in our poor people seats.
Yeah. hey, we were poor people. We were poor people. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
There was worse actually because
Yeah.
there was a girl actually who was at the merch table and she was like, she looked at the price. She was like $90 for a hoodie. That's more than my ticket. And I was like, how much was your ticket and where are you?
Yeah. At the bar down the street.
She's in the parking lot watching this.
He must have bought that ticket that day. Niggas dropped the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Just bought a ticket.
Yeah.
No, but I will
They
say
gave her a broom and started get to work.
Clock in, bitch.
merch wise, it actually was pretty reasonable considering like. Bro, some merch can get real expensive. At
Oh,
shows.
dude, Travis Scott, don't even get me started on. I never
Please
bought a
don't.
Travis Scott, but like, dude, I be seeing that it's be $180 for a lighter. For a lighter.
What,
I'm gonna take
In
a loan
fact-
out for his shit.
in fact, then we can get off
wanna-
this. Is when me and Platte were leaving the damn concert, we're stuck in the Palace parking lot. Shout out to Palace, RIP. And there's all these dudes selling bootleg shit out the parking lot. And this guy comes up to my window. Hey, t-shirts. I'm like, how much? He was like $25. I was like, I got 10. He was like, all right, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So I have
They
like
gonna
the
take
most-
that money.
I'll show you after the show. It's the most bootleg Kendrick Travis Scott t-shirt in the fucking world. It's
Hey,
so funny.
hey, your beef forever got to be with Emotional Oranges, though.
Oh yeah,
Forever.
I know. That shirt basically melted on me.
Dog, that shit was
I literally,
insane.
so it was a brand new shirt.
I wish
wore
we
it
had that
I
on
wore it on
video.
the plane to Miami and whatever when we got, and it's hot. It's like September in Miami. It's hot as fuck. I took it off. My whole body was stained black.
Like, the black shirt bled through. Bro,
You heard it too, right?
they even had,
You heard it too, right?
It's a black t-shirt.
Stained is crazy.
Yeah, it was
Stain
crazy.
is
It was
crazy.
It was wild, dog. I've never seen
Bro,
anything
he
like
had
that.
half an
'Cause
orange on him, bro. It was fucking
I get
nuts.
it. Like it's Miami. I was traveling. I was sweating that day, but
fucking-
like I'm telling you, literally, it was a long sleeve too, all the way. Fucking my whole upper body was completely.
It was insane.
fucking,
He probably spray painted the shirt.
I
Probably like
spray-
originally
spray
white or some
painted it
shit.
on,
He
yeah.
spray painted it like dead ass. Like I couldn't think of no other way.
You've
no
heard,
other reason I
you've heard of blackface. Now get ready for black body.
black
Black torso is crazy.
Black Adams.
Nah, he's BP. He's BP now.
Black Adams.
That's crazy.
All right. Let's get to BET Awards. And look, I'm not going to talk about the fact that Kendrick won the awards. That's not really a point. To me, I want to highlight my takeaways were the tributes and the performances were dope. Did y'all see it? First of all, shout out to BET Awards for having the longest show in history.
Award show.
The longest award show in history.
They don't do black stuff.
But I mean, no. I seen somebody say why because they were late, and I was just like, come on, dog.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's out of pocket.
So the longest show.
Yeah, the longest award show ever televised. I believe in America.
Period,
yes,
not even BET.
yes.
Okay.
Televised. I believe that's a U.S. record. I have to fact check that. But they had like a 106 in Park tribute. Jamie Foxx had a lot of tributes because of obviously the thing that he went through in the past year. Snoop Dogg received an Icon Award along with Jamie Foxx and Kirk Franklin. So there was just a lot of like, there's a lot of dope moments. Like Bow Wow came out for 106 in Park performance. Like they went through all the old stuff, man. It was
I heard him and
it was really fucking dope, man.
Girl was acting a little. They was getting a little. They was trying to rekindle their little friendship or whatever.
Really?
Wait, who?
Really?
You talking about the co-host that he used to be on there with 106?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, yeah, I heard she a bitch. I heard she.
Oh, she like that? Yeah.
You only see Bow Wow's reaction when you seen her.
What was he flinching?
He was like,
He said you saw the fear in his eyes.
Is that the same girl that he was where they had the police body cam on him when that's her? Okay. Yeah.
What?
He fucked her up. I mean, she fucked him up.
Oh my god, I didn't see
That
this.
nigga face had a motherfucker.
oh, that was the
cat
girl.
scratch. Like that nigga
that's
was in the
crazy.
cage with
Oh,
tigers.
she's
and
psycho,
shit.
bro. I didn't know who she was at first, but now that
Yeah,
I know
nah,
who
she
she actually
crazy.
is, I'm like, oh, she's
She crazy.
certified.
I want to
behavior.
see about that too. Follow me.
Biirdie by air. No, man, I just honestly I don't got a lot to say. I just wanted to highlight it because it did seem really dope. Like it seemed like okay, because we know the thing about like the BET Awards is that like historically like a lot of the big stars don't go there, but like it is a big deal that Kendrick and SZA in the middle of their tour go there. Like there was a lot of icons there. So I thought just like collectively it was nice to see that it was people really went all out for this. It felt like in every form and fashion of it. So that was really dope to see because BET as a part of my childhood as well. Like so I thought that was really dope. It was nice to see. It was just like a blast of nostalgia. I enjoyed it.
I will say, not getting onto the Kendrick side of things, but it was pretty funny when Kevin Hart brought out like six awards. It was like, just take them.
Just take them all.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know how many awards he actually won. I don't know if that was like the real awards he won or if he was just bullshit.
I think no, it was just like they obviously have just like a stack of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Just the bet, yeah.
Because I don't know if like those awards actually. I think what happens is you get the blank award and then you get it engraved afterwards or whatever, kind of thing. So they just got.
Oh, so they don't know who wins. And
I would assume so because that's the only way that it would make sense because. Otherwise, you'd have to make one for each person without you know what I mean? So I feel like that's how they do it. I would assume that's just
You're right. You're right. I mean, now that you say it, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Honestly,
that's smart. Also, man, I mean, he's just like at this point, he's just throwing it in our face, dude. This guy, Stevie Wonder. He's just throwing it.
He can see.
Yeah, dude. He's just like yeah. I seen him the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like he's playing into it. At least that's what we're told. But come on, bro. We all know.
I mean, Ab so blind. He see niggas every day, don't he? I mean, hey, he that blind.
He didn't see academics. He ain't see academics.
He don't want to see academics. He's gonna get shot.
Legally blind.
Right in this shit.
Stevie
Wonder
Wonder
about that.
blind.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the claim is that he's.
You telling me?
Bro, isn't he like a ping pong champion or some bullshit? No, ice hockey.
Right now, this man grabbing the
like the
stand
table
and
hockey
picking it
thing.
back up.
What's that called? Air hockey.
Air hockey.
He's like notoriously. You can look it up right now.
Oh, you could just smell where the puck is coming?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no.
There's some stand-up.
That shit's
Stevie Wonder's Daredevil.
Some stand-up
Smelling
comedian
the puck
had
is
a
nuts,
funny bit
too.
about. He's like, I forgot what comedian it was, but he's like, I swear to God, I looked out the window. Stevie Wonder stole my car. He down there driving that bitch away. Like,
no, dude. No, honestly, there are videos of him like playing air hockey, just like fucking whooping everybody's ass. I'm like, all right, dog, come on.
Well, if he's got his head,
Fix is in.
tilted up, then he's not seeing it either way, eh? Like, he's not looking either
And
way.
not to mention, hold on. Let's just say.
Hold on, are you Canadian? That A came out of nowhere.
At the same time, you also had Ray Charles around the same time. So you're telling me we had an influx of blind musicians, and now there's just none.
That are super talented.
Now there's just none. There's no blind musicians anymore.
Bring them back.
Bring them back. Bring back.
It's
blind
hey
musicians.
man, everything's in cycles, man.
But
Fashion's in
Are
cycle.
we excluding Absol? Is he not a blind?
he's not blind. He can see, just not well at all.
They said he was blind. They told me he was blind. I thought he
think-
was blind.
So
He's legally blind. He
Yeah.
can see, but very little.
Stevie Wonder is legally blind.
No,
Ray
Steve.
Charles is not blind. He was cheating on his wife. He's not blind.
That's a good point.
He was openly cheating.
That's a good point.
That's smart.
And the only reason I'm gonna agree with him on that is because every bitch you cheat on his wife will look better than his wife. So it's like you got at some point.
it can't be slow. It can't be slow.
Can't be that slow.
Because look,
Can't be that
at
blind.
some point, if you're her, you just go buy the nicest fragrance, and you're just gonna be like, all right.
You cannot be blind and cheat like he did. It's not possible. It's not.
They were lying the whole time.
And then it's like when you watch the movie, it's like he was like trying to get rid of his wife, like he tired of seeing his bitch.
Was he?
Like,
Like,
I'm so tired of seeing you.
tired of
Like,
looking at you.
I need some new shit. I need some new fire shit. Oh God,
Was
I'm
he
telling
cheating
you.
or did he just fall in some new pussy?
Next
Anyway.
question.
Transition. No, I don't know if anybody has anything else to say about the BET Awards. I just wanted to highlight it because I thought it was really dope. Look, there are people that upload like all of it on YouTube. I honestly recommend watching the performances. The performances were dope as hell. You can skip, some of the award ceremonies and whatever because again, I didn't care about that stuff. But the performances, dude, it was just like nostalgia, like just constantly hitting you the whole night. It was a good time.
I think that especially the way that everyone looks at the Grammys now, that BET is like, all right, we gotta show them what a real fucking award show is like, and because like the genuine thing when it comes to like Grammys versus like the BET Awards or whatever, people have fucking fun at the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be at the Grammys. Like that shit is just they're there because they have to be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different. The BET Awards are like an actual event that people like to go to. I feel on the opposite end of it. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree with that. We gonna get to Grammys too because I got some. Actually,
Cardi had the
do you
best
wanna do that
performance
now?
too. I don't know if y'all seen it, but
I didn't know Cardi performed there.
Cardi performed. You know what I'm saying? It was only
Probably
right.
confused
With
all
the lollipop?
Confused all the old
I ain't
heads.
seen no lollipop on stage. Did y'all?
okay. No, I didn't. I just.
Demonetized.
Yeah, just fucking throw a grenade just in the middle of this. Edit.
Cut that.
We'll blur it. We'll beep it out. I won't.
Says who? I'm the one that's editing that bitch. I have zero concept of what time this is. All right. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But no, to me, I thought it was just a really dope show, man. I enjoyed it. The performances, like I said, absolutely recommend. 10 out of 10. Was really, really dope. Not BET, Grammys. Let's just do that for new music, because honestly, like, there's new music. I listen to Slick Rick. I don't know how many people want to talk about Slick Rick. We can.
Yeah.
We can. But,
Body, hills and hills.
yeah, every fish has gills.
Every
This is understood. This is understood. But Grammys did add a category for next year. Best album cover.
I love that. Bring back fucking good album art. I love
I
that.
think it's scarce, but it's always been there. It's never
always,
leaving.
It's always there, but I feel like it's losing it's losing prevalence to what it is because not as many people are owning physical anymore.
Yeah.
When you own the physical of like, because there's albums that I've tapped into just because I'm like, this album art's too cold for this album to not be good.
Yeah.
I honestly
end up being albums I really love. You know what I mean?
No BS. I really like the fact that the 10-year anniversary that he redid for the To Pimp a Butterfly. But Grammy nominations are normally 5 years.
Relate this to Kendrick.
Normally 5 years. Oh, we go get to 5 album covers of all time in rap. Your top 5. I made a list. I started at 20. I nailed it all the way down to 5.
Ooh.
I got my list.
Who wants to go first? You want to kick out? Yeah, kick it off.
No, this is not an order. No order.
Okay.
Top 5. I'm gonna go. Get Rich or Die Trying. That's
Okay.
mine. 400 Degrees. Juvenile. I think you
That's
can't
a
go
good
on the Cash Money ones. Return of 36 Chambers with ODB. I like the license. That shit is sweet to me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like Tyler did he do that? I think.
Yeah, call me. He did the like. That wasn't that Chris. That was like the deluxe where he did like the license.
No,
the-
the license was the regular one. The estate sale was where he had the trunk or the luggage in his hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it was
I
backwards.
did too. What else did I?
Wait, why do I feel like there's like 3 different album covers for that Tyler album? Why
I
do I feel
know-
like neither
I
of
know
those
one
2 are
for
the
sure,
original?
But I don't know.
But I would trust him. I would trust
No,
him.
the original one was just the license which is the
Okay.
like Return of the 36 Chambers.
Oh,
Then
okay.
the estate sale, which was the deluxe, had because I have it on vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my third one. Death Certificate with Ice Cube. When the person at the I think it was at the morgue or whatever. I thought that was sweet. And then I got Doggy Style. That's my 5th.
Okay.
Honorable mention though for my Detroit people, the Dope Boys Cash Out. No
Okay.
Pill on Chill with the Pillsbury Dope Boy. Look that one up, Patty.
That one's fire. That one's fire.
But
That was
that's
fire.
my 5 though, man. I think that's a good list.
Who else to go? All right, for me, we got some overlap. So I had 5, and this is gonna sound crazy because of recent weeks. I just album cover wise, it's hard to separate good albums from album covers because obviously they kind of do go hand in hand. But I just really there's something about how slick, how clean it is. Number 5, I had the Victory Lap album cover. I love that album cover. Phenomenal. Number 4, I have Doggy Style. Think that's just iconic. To be understood. I don't gotta explain that. I feel like that should be like almost a consensus top 5. 3, y'all know how I feel about this album, but the album cover is absolute fire. KOD. I love that color shit. All the fucking coloring, all that dude is fucking phenomenal.
That might be his best cover.
I don't think it's even a contest for second. I think
Because
that
the 2014 Forest Hill was like
It's just a photo.
And then
Yeah.
I do like Born Center. I like that like statue looking thing that's on that.
for sure. But this one
I
to me
think KOD
washes it.
What, KOD?
Washes
Yeah,
it.
I don't know about
you said KOD,
Number
right?
yeah. Number 2, I had. Let me just finish. Number 2, I had Get Rich or Die Trying,
I think we all had that.
and number 1, and I think this should also be consensus, but maybe I'm tripping. Graduation.
I fuck with that.
Oh,
I love that
I fuck
one.
with that.
That to me is the coldest album cover, and it's not. There's something about that purple that's just perfect.
Not the bear.
Well, everything about it, but
That's
everything
what-
about it, but that purple in particular is just like whew, fire.
Well, I guess that I'll just go right into mine because that's on my list too. But yeah, that's why I was gonna say like the bear. The thing is, I like when an album cover is so recognizable and has like a thing to it, and that bear made Graduation so iconic because then
I almost put late registration.
he had
registration.
the-
'cause of
he
that.
had the
Back
good.
then, the day.
Yeah.
He had the Good Morning fucking music video that was all just the animated bear and shit. So like the whole rollout for that album was good. But I'll go in order real quick. So number 5, I have 2 doubles also. So number 5, I got AT Aliens. I just
Okay.
Ooh, that was on my
That's
list.
right.
That was on my list.
Fucking
That was like
classic
number
cover
9.
because, especially at that time, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of like illustrated cover art. You know what I mean? And so I really love that. You got Graduation. After that, I got 2 Max in there. I got Faces because it's extremely abstract. I love the cover of it. Watching Movies, I think is classic and really encapsulates the album. And then my number 1 is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy because you have 4 interchangeable album covers. It's interactive almost. It's about which one you like the most.
That's why I did put it in my top 5 because I'm
That's
like
kinda cheating.
yeah. Then you gotta just pick which one. But no, it's
Who makes
great.
the rules?
It's great. I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
No,
I
that's
feel you.
just
That's fair.
because that
definitely one of the
leaves it
best
open
ever.
to interpretation of which one, especially if you bought the actual vinyl, you could insert whichever sleeve you wanted into it. So it's like, which one do you interpret this album as representing it the best way or whatever? And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the interactive kind of side of that of like it's more up to the listener. I feel.
Fair. You got your 5?
Me. All right. I'm gonna take at number 5. I'm gonna take Beast Mode. I just like how that shit look.
Yeah,
like,
that shit does
with
look sick.
Future looking I don't know, like a fucking
classic.
I don't know, a fucking beast. Number 4, I'm going to take. Number 4, I'm going to take the Black album. I just feel like it's very simple and effective, and I just feel like with that album being so iconic, it just holds a lot of aura to it. So, got to put that in my top 5. Number 3, I got Life or Death, C Murder. That's my first favorite rapper of all time. I mean, that's my first favorite rapper ever. Like, when I first started listening to music, that was like my first favorite rapper. That cover used to scare the shit out of me when I was little. I don't know why, but like now I like kind of like it just because like it's like nostalgic to me. Number 2, Get Rich or Die Trying. Iconic.
Shout out, man.
Sure it's
Locked in.
There's no way you don't put that in your top 10 at least.
Dog,
like,
it's
if
crazy.
you're a hip hop fan, I feel like
it's crazy.
And then number 1, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Hey, let's go.
Specifically, the one with the demon fucking angel. That's my favorite cover.
Mine was the sword through the head.
It's that one and the sword one are my favorites.
That's sword too. Yep.
All right, you got.
All right, yeah, I got mine. Right. Okay, so actually my favorite. This is not in order, guys. But my favorite Ye album cover art is actually Kids See Ghosts.
That was on my short list. People love that one.
I kind of forgot about that.
The colors of that are fucking phenomenal. I'm like a color junkie. Like if you do the colors right, yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
that was on my short list. I had that. Let's see, where'd I have that? I had that number. Wow, I had that number 7.
Okay,
I had that right on my list.
I got the Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest.
I looked at that too.
I knew Eric was gonna come with the ones, man. I swear, yeah.
I also got Get Rich or Die Trying. You know, that's kind of a gimme
that's
here.
Collective, huh?
Yeah.
It's so tough. It's so tough.
Because he lived that shit.
Yeah.
I got Van Gogh's Left Ear by Zaloopers.
I know what you're talking about.
I gotta look that one up because I feel like I remember
Zaloopers
that.
paints
the
also.
the artist painted it himself and did it kind of in the style of like himself as like Van Gogh's like famous self-portrait with his ear like
this
cut
one?
Off and stuff. Yeah.
That one is that one is sweet. You know who I almost put on here too? Redville. Learn to swim.
Learn to swim.
That shit's
great.
tough.
In fact, people are copying that shit now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. And then I got The Plugs I Met by Benny the Butcher. I just like the aesthetics of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
I knew you were gonna have that.
And,
you're gonna have them deep cuts for sure.
Yeah. And quick sidebar, just with the whole general conversation, I'll pass it to Isaiah. Isaiah. I do feel like the whole thing with the Grammys doing this best cover art, I feel like you're going to get like how some Oscars, they do some Oscar fishing. You know what I'm saying? Like people always say that with some films, they Oscar fish.
What's that mean?
Like they purposely make a film where it just feels like they're going for an Oscar. But more so than actually like respecting the art.
Right.
And I feel like it kind of, when I heard of that news first a couple days ago, I thought of like Killer Mike's album Mike, where it was him as a kid. I feel like we could just get a bunch of stuff like that where people try to get something very inspiring or artful without really having like the actual substance there, but they're Grammy fishing for it. That's just kind of where my head was at.
Okay.
First initial news.
I like that.
Have an honorable mention.
Yeah. Well, let's say
because
because I got some honorables too.
No, go do your thing.
Do your thing. Yeah.
So the few that I had, I just put mine together because I forgot to do this. So food with MF Doom.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So that one was my this is in no order. I also did Tribe too. Like that was my first one that I thought of because Tribe is how I got it.
Well, end or Midnight Marauders, because Midnight Marauders was also on my list too.
Well,
I like that one too.
The one that I really liked a lot because my dad used to play this album with me in the car all the time, and I used to just stare at this album all the time. Was Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And Beats, Rhymes, and Life was just this chaotic background with the whole tribe-looking woman in front. It was cool, real cool. Another one that I go with Pusha T, Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
That's Whitney Houston bathroom, right?
Huh?
Is that Whitney Houston bathroom?
Yeah. Oh wait, is it Whitney Houston or somebody else? I thought it was somebody.
Houston.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Okay. because I knew it was somebody. For me, my honorable mentions that I want to throw out there. I'm surprised nobody said this one. Lil Uzi versus the World.
I was just about to say that, bitch.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
That shit is fire. I was about to say that.
It is. The only thing I have to say is that it is the ideas, the concept, the idea is already there.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
the only credit I won't give it, but it is. I love the interpolation of it.
Yeah,
like,
I'll say that. I think a lot of people are gonna put Illmatic on it. I think it's really good. I just wouldn't have it like right there. Like I mean, I have it like probably like on this list.
By
but
today's standards,
yeah.
like, especially because I have a background in like actual black and white photography. I know how they did that, the double exposure kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
By today's standards, it wasn't the greatest version of what that could be. You know what I mean? But for the time, it was, I think, big.
Yeah, I like that one. Another one I wanted to highlight too that I thought might get some love. Well, first I'll give the one that I know nobody was gonna pick but me. But again, I don't know if it's something about the color purple, but Nick Grant's Return of the Cool is just fucking smooth. That shit is that. I throw that vinyl up whenever I can because that's like a cold ass album cover. But the one I was kind of surprised nobody mentioned that I love, just because again colors are the way for me. Dirty Sprite 2. That shit is that shit is sweet.
That was cool.
And then I had another one to round out. I won't name them all here, but another one I wanted to round out was Birds in the Trap. I just really fucking like that one.
I didn't get.
I really like that one.
I didn't get to finish. I had 2 more, and Birds in the Trap was mine.
Oh shit! Wait, I thought you went through all 5 years.
No, I only did 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
My bad. I didn't mean to hijack it then.
But no, like Birds in the Trap was
going
gonna be my other
Birds
one,
in the Trap was a
and then
good
for
one,
sure,
for
To
sure.
Pimp a Butterfly too.
The original, yeah.
Yeah, like taking having a bunch of niggas in the front of the White House. That shit just too clean, bro.
Yeah, I actually, I didn't have any Kendrick albums in my top 20 for album covers.
Yeah, because then it's followed up by one of the worst album covers of all time.
What, Damn?
Damn was terrible, bro.
I don't hate Damn.
As a designer,
technically, yeah.
As a designer,
my thing with Damn,
the text touching the edges of the page drives me fucking
bro.
crazy.
My thing with Damn is just like
Oh my
motherfuckers
God.
like really be glazing it. Like that shit was just like some crazy cover. Like,
could make that
and
into
then
that.
we look at Lil Baby cover. All you doing is just stand on top of a fucking Tesla.
Easy
No,
peasy.
Lil Baby's the babies. Yeah,
Did
no.
I say Lil Baby?
You said Lil Baby. But Lil Baby actually has some hard album covers. I
think
like
the
my
first one?
and I like that album
What's
that
the first
nobody
one?
likes. But that
the first Lil
cover
Baby
is hard. It's only me. My turn.
Not my turn. My turn was way after the first
Wait.
album.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You said Lil Baby, right?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Why am I blanking on it?
I don't know why I'm blanking on it either. Lil Baby first cover.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Yeah, street gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Yeah, that shit is
Birdie,
sweet.
what about the baby shit with the Cybertruck?
The shit was hard. And listen, I thought it was hard. I don't care what nobody said. I thought it was hard. I like Cybertrucks, so I thought it was hard, but
Nobody had Watch the Throne either.
I don't like watching Stone cover like that.
because I mean, I
It's-
think
it's
it's fine,
like-
but what is it's?
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
It's kind of nothing at the same time.
I think it's
To me, I like
got pretty fire.
good music. I like good music group album
Oh,
cover
the Cruel Summer.
more than watch the
Cruel Summer was
I like
better.
it more than watch the watch the
2
Throne
Chainz-
album.
2 Chainz' first one was cool.
True Religion. I forgot about that. That's the 2 Chainz. Listen, hold on. Let me take out. I gotta take out one. I might gotta take out the C Murder one for that one. I ain't gonna lie. But that shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the hardest covers all time.
It
Like,
took like 5 minutes to do.
Literally.
Yeah.
5 minutes probably.
that's one of the hardest covers for
Another
sure.
good honorable mention because I can't really say the Carters because they're pretty straight and to the point, but the dedication covers, are all fucking great.
Yeah.
The one Cardi redid the picture to was my favorite. The black and white one. The
Carter 2.
The mixtape. I think it was dedication. Dedication.
Well, all the dedications had some like splash of red because they were all like illustrated.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm gonna find it.
Another one I threw out there was, or I didn't throw out there, but I love is just Nothing Was the Same. I love
Nothing Was the Same is
dude,
that one is clean.
it's so clean, dog. There's something about it that's just clean.
It was so big that it literally formed like one of the earliest memes of like the 2010s of putting the 5-gum logo in the side of like Drake. That's how fucking popular that album.
Oh shit, they all black and white. The first one though, the first one's the one he
the first
redid.
dedication.
Yeah, that's the one Cardi redid.
Yeah, no, I thought, yeah, man, I'm excited for that, man. That was a good trip down memory lane.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That was that was just a lot of. There's so many dope album covers.
For sure.
I don't understand. I mean, it's gotta be just something that's dropped in that year.
Be
I just hope it
a
doesn't.
group of people who probably don't know as much as they should voting on it.
But they took one semester of art school.
Like, what if the album is like trash, but they still pick the cover art? Like,
Yeah.
Well, I think that's how it should be, right?
I think we do
Well, yeah.
need to,
art.
if we're talking
Objectively.
about hip-hop album art, we do need to honorable mention the overall aesthetic of Memphis, Project Pat, all that shit back in the with the fucking the chromed out letters and shit.
Yeah.
Like that was like that was like for a while that was the and between the crunk era and all that shit, that was
Cash
the
Money
way.
got to get some type of love for that too, man. Like that Cash Money run was like even I forgot about No Limit.
That was a good question that you brought up because like you look at everything we named, they were all albums that we like. So obviously there is going to be some like tie-in of like, oh, if you really like the album, you'll probably like the album cover more. But
yeah, No Limit.
You know who
also ties into all that Project Pat, that Memphis shit, that fucking like everything around that era, all them covers, they had a thing to them, like for sure. In fact, like if you notice, like. A lot of the modern day, like, T-shirts that people will get, like, based off of an artist are based off those album covers. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Yep.
You know what I shit on a lot, but I gotta give love because I'm not gonna lie, he has quite a few fire album covers. But this is because I did that exact question. I asked myself that exact question of like, what's like a bad album, but I really like the cover.
I know what you're gonna say.
That motherfucker Logic got some fucking crazy album covers. He got some dope album covers.
As the Logic fan, bro, I was gonna say one of his albums, but
everybody's dope.
I won't touch it.
No pressure's dope. Like those are dope album covers. Not a fan of the album.
I'm not gonna lie. You were gonna say that. Oh my god, that's crazy.
For an album I don't like, but a cover I think is sweet as hell. I think Pink Table's hard as fuck. Like. Cover wise,
the original one. No, I fucking hated the flag one. The one.
Oh, you talking about
the one that's currently the cover, but the original one was absolutely fire.
How about So Much Fun?
Word of mouth, bro.
I had that on my short list too.
So Much Fun is another good one too.
I had that one on my short list. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like So Much Fun. No, I thought it was fun.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying honorable mention. So Much Fun. So Much Fun was a great album cover. I loved it.
All right. Well, we can go.
You know, I was talking about this one.
Oh,
you was talking about something.
Yeah, no. There was an original album cover before. Like here, look it up. And there was
y'all
like,
don't know album art if y'all know who.
And then he
Viper is.
changed it to that like the week before it dropped, and I hate that one. Like the other one is way better.
His hit song "Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack." Oh, it's the best.
Bet your ass I don't.
And actually, also Lil B's had some good cover art over the time too.
I fucked with that.
Dude got some good stuff.
I'm gay. In parentheses, I'm happy.
Sweet.
I don't know, bro. I be liking that complicated shit. I like that complicated shit like that.
Yeah. What's happening here? Like
I don't even fucking know.
But
that's just cool.
It's like a big question mark. Like, what's going on here?
Rain in England is crazy.
Who's that?
Lil B.
Oh, Lil B. He has so many. He has an 855 song mixtape. I can't keep up with all of them.
Yeah.
But between like Pink Flame, Blue Flame, like
that looks like the don't. Hey, that looks like don't cough on me. Show Chris. That looks like don't cough on me. That shit looks like don't cough on me. Let's get you to no the one you showed me. The one you showed me.
The Rain in England, right?
Yeah, the Rain one. Yeah. That shit looks like don't cough on me. No, not that one. Damn it, man. Yeah, that one right there. Right there.
That's a music video, I think.
Oh, well that looked like I thought that was a cover. That looked like Don't Cough on Me.
Yeah.
Anyways, shout out Don't Cough on Me. But
shout out John Adams.
I'll give you Chris 1 second. I'll got a lot to say on it, but JPEG Mafia says shots at out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think this is me and Eric conversation.
Yeah, I think I could.
First
I think
of all,
I can take
JPEG
a break.
Mafia, fucking learn your place, buddy. It's like, dog, because the thing is like, JPEG Mafia, I feel like I don't even hate him, right? I don't dislike JPEG Mafia, but he tries too hard to be a fucking cynical fucking dickhead when it's like, I don't believe you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something about him, bro, hating on, because it's weird because it's all kind of the same world in a sense of like, you have the relation of like JPEG to Danny Brown to Earl to Alchemist, so it kind of all blends a little bit. And it's like, for you to hate on someone that's kind of directly like cousins in camp to you in a sense is like, it's kind of shitty. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that, like, what was the thing? Like, Alk hasn't innovated in 20 years.
Earl and Biirdie James and Alchemist or whatever
they make the same song for 20 years, right? Something like that. And I was like, that's so whack. Like, Alchemist really, I feel like he's one of the dudes who works with anybody. Like, Alchemist has songs that people have like 1,000 monthly listeners. Yeah, you know?
He obviously has a style, but like at the same time, like you're not listening if you think it's the same song every time.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. And JPEG, I feel like he's been addicted to controversy. Like,
that's what I mean.
Been like he's so chronically online, and like I side tangent, but like after all that came out, like there's a recent picture of him at a show where he was spitting in his fan's mouth and stuff intentionally.
Yeah, it's like he goes for this like that goes back to like, bro, that's like Jim Morrison shit, like whipping his dick out on stage. Like you're going off controversy. He's trying to do what Kanye has done so well over time, and it just doesn't. He misses the mark because he doesn't have the star power or the music. The reach for that.
Right. It's clear that he worships Kanye too. So like, and he excused. Yeah, I don't know.
There's so many. And it sucks because like I like fucking scaring the hose volume like with Danny Brown and shit like that, but like I know Danny wouldn't back that either. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing is like JPEG Mafia tries to do this controversy thing, but I'm sorry, you're not Ye. Like you can't do it like him to get people talking about
not
it.
Even
no
close.
Matter what. Like it's because people are gonna think like all my heroes are cornballs. My man, look in the mirror. You're the cornball. Like you know. So
all I'm gonna say is this: pick a fight you can win, loser. That's all.
Right. No, I agree.
I fuck with JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
Has some good moments, but pick a fight you can win, dog. That's it.
I mean, Peggy has like a pretty like dedicated fan base and stuff,
Alchemist
but
could slap his discography around.
Right, yeah, Alchemist is that dude.
And also the thing is like JPEG Mafia. Okay, if you want to claim there's more variation, but I know what a JPEG Mafia type beat sounds like.
Yeah.
I know what to expect walking into a JPEG Mafia project of any kind. So it's like, what are we talking about here? You've been doing the same thing, and it's just a different thing. You know, like. So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of whack for him to just, like, come out like that. Like, I could see part of the argument, like, in a sense, but not from him. Like, there's a line to be drawn in the sand.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Didn't you have something to say? You seemed like you had something to say.
I did, and I forgot.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. It was so sorry.
It's all right. I ain't tripping.
All right. New music. I'll just skim through it before we get out of here. You know, and I have notes on all these, but I don't think everybody cares about all my notes. So I'll just say everything. I'll just say everything. I'll just say everything that dropped, and then y'all stop me when you want to talk about something. Sure. Car 6 Deluxe. Wayne dropped 2 songs. Slick Rick dropped his album.
It's been a week.
That usually happen like
Less
that,
than,
don't it?
Yeah. That's been a trend.
Yeah, I feel like that happened all the time.
But again, superstars shouldn't follow that trend.
Yeah, I don't think superstars should follow that trend, but it's not like
I ain't gonna lie though. The 2 songs,
this is superstar level type.
The 2 songs though, we can pit stop there. The 2 songs that Wayne dropped, where were these last week? Because like I think these are better than almost everything on the album.
Are they?
But they're not phenomenal. They're not phenomenal. Like I'm not sitting here like Wayne went crazy. Like, but they are probably better than
the pile of garbage that he gave.
Yes. almost everything on the album. So that's all.
Wayne be having some weak ass production sometimes.
I
That's
know
true.
because you know what?
That's
it
another
don't matter who
downfall
you
for
are. You're still old, bro, and it's gonna happen. Like that's what happened. Like he's so trapped
Wayne
in-
need like them John beats, the She Will beats. Like if he had those like throughout the whole album, that shit would have been fire, bro. Like
I said that last week. Like he was rapping. Like he wasn't rapping the greatest, but he was rapping. It just was the production was just fucking
such a lack of
dog shit
on this project.
Absolute dog shit. But Slick Rick, I know you want to say something about it.
Stress.
For me, I thought he had some tracks on here where he was rapping his ass off. Like Angelic was fire.
I heard most of it too. I felt like he was rapping pretty good.
Yeah.
It still sound like
It's still
old
Slick
as
Rick.
fuck.
Yeah.
But that's what's interesting to me. Like that's part of the reason why I like those types of records. Is like like the production is interesting. I always like looking at somebody that's as old as Slick Rick and seeing how they approach the new age. Like seeing how they approach like music today.
Yeah,
and
you got two lanes. You either adapt or you stick to your roots.
And
Like,
I thought
there's not really a whole lot of in between.
Yeah, I thought
Will Smith, which I don't know what happened there.
I thought he did, and y'all know I was in the minority about that album. I didn't like that album,
What,
but I
Will
didn't.
Smith?
Yeah, but I didn't bash him because I'm like, hey, you know what? Shout out to like all the old heads that are just kind of reinventing their old sound. He went to try something new. It didn't work.
It definitely did not work.
Whatever.
I respect the fact that he tried. I do not respect the music that came out.
Yeah, no. That's where I'm at with it.
One thing I do think that's like kind of clear objectively is that like East Coast rappers is smoking West Coast rappers when it comes to longevity, keeping up with like when you listen to like
Because the boom bap sound just never
leaves.
leaves.
Like Ice Cube newest album that he dropped, I think it was like the end of last year or the beginning of this year.
Yeah,
We was
end of
talking
last
about
year.
it.
No, that was really good.
It was
fucked with
good.
that.
It was good. But is this good as Slick Rick new shit? Hell no. I'm not gonna lie.
oh,
Not-
see, I think
not
they're
even
same-
close.
I think they're
when it
same
comes to
level.
rapping, hell, because like Ice Cube
I
more
think
like
they're same level.
straightforward and like he don't really like do too much. But like even
Only-
if you go to
only
artists
rap
like
also.
Snoop Dogg, even if you go to artists like
so
Snoop
angry.
Dogg, even it's like, bro, this shit's kind of trash, bro. Like. I don't know. Maybe it might be like that West Coast production that don't really be helping out much or whatever. But I feel like it's that rap.
I
more than
just-
production because I can handle the production, but it's like they raps just be like extra simple and just weak. Like that should just be sounding weak to me.
I feel you. I don't think that was a good example, but I feel your point.
I can agree.
I
with that
I
too.
agree with your
think
point.
the
I
East
just wouldn't
Coast-
use that
the
example
East
because
Coast,
I
as
thought
far
Ice
as
Cube's album was dope.
maintaining like the long term, the long game, I feel like has done a better job.
Yeah,
overall.
like look at Nas, like
Nas
Nas was
been
album.
Granted, now
Yeah.
it's fucking 7 years ago, but even 444 when that came out is a good example of like Jay-Z halfway adapting to the times, but still sticking to his roots and still, so you kind of have like a mix of that shit and like it worked good. And I think the East Coast, also like the East Coast rappers is like, I feel like there's so much, you have so much more like the prominence and star power, and then the energy that they bring to it is like a little, it's like, I don't know, it adds this spice to it that you just
West got hella star power though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
star power I think is the wrong word, but there's a certain energy. Because I'm an East Coast guy over West Coast to begin with, like, and I think that just like it just hearing the energy and the style. I like the style of production more, and I think it carries over a little bit better because right now, if you look at modern music, there's still people who are using beats that you could apply to 90s East Coast, but nobody's doing G-Funk songs anymore. You know what I mean? Like
That's fair.
I feel like with Slick too. I mean, he's almost a little different. I feel like he just has like a certain aura with him too. Like that's Slick Rick the ruler, man. Like the eye patch, like the fact like he's just been so fashionable. But what I really struck me with like the whole album is like just like what Platte said. Like he really did not try to, at least with his raps, he did not try and reinvent anything. With how he rapped, like a lot of the
did what
beats,
he
I
did
felt
best.
like were really varied, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
But how he came in, cadence, all that stuff, it was like not like actually when I finished the album, it just went into old Slick Rick songs.
Yeah.
And I felt like there's nothing totally different, but I felt like it was sweet, and it also helped. Like this was his first album in like what 25
a
years.
long time.
Yeah. So
And that song with Nas is fire too. Like that song with Nas is fire. Like I said, Angelic was a standout to me. I thought that record was dope because too, I think some people can criticize like, oh, 25 years later and you're doing the same thing. But honestly, if you didn't do this in 25 years, like we've seen some rappers pick up the pen again and be a little rusty.
Suck, yeah.
And he was not rusty on this album. Like,
well,
if Slick Rick is in your
in 25 years, maybe he's I mean, I highly doubt. No matter what your profession is, you're gonna tap into it at some point over the time.
Yeah, he did a performance here last year in the Diamondback Music.
He probably was. He probably was
sure.
gearing up.
He never stopped rapping.
My older brother goes to this show.
You could tell.
This show that's like that in Brooklyn that just happens on the street every year, and he's seen like Ghostface, like all these like classic rappers and whatever. He saw Rakim this year, and I think he's seen Slick Rick there before too.
Yeah.
Other things I wanted to highlight. I thought the Kodak Black album with Sniper Gang was really, really dope. I highly recommend that. That was a very good listen for me. Yeah, let's. I just want to ask this question. I don't know if it's gonna be a long conversation, but I like this idea. Shout out my boy Josh. He came up with this when we were talking basketball players, like Kevin Durant. If you simulate Kevin Durant's career 10 times, the career that he has right now, considering all the success, all the accolades, how good he is, it's probably like a 7 out of 10 for him or a 6 out of 10 for it. Because, like, he had so many more levels to go in terms of his success. And I want to apply that conversation to Kodak. Because, like, I think Kodak is a really interesting dude. Like, when I hear Kodak, I'm like, I feel like his career is at like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like definitely a good career, a good sell. But like, there's a world I think in which Kodak was like a super duper star.
I think that
I don't know. Am I tripping?
I think he held his own self back between one.
Right, but
he obviously
I'm
had
just
some
saying,
substance abuse issues that have probably held him back over the years. Because when he hit the scene in like 2015 with like fucking with
he was
and with like No Flocking and shit, like he fucking took the world by storm with that shit. And it's like, it's about if you can keep that energy or not. Because I think you could apply that to so many people.
Yeah.
Is like
I think he
was really young.
I think he had another level or two to go up. That's my point.
Right,
But
right.
that was really
it's
dope.
about how you take that and manifest that into something larger, and it's really up to the person themselves how far they take that. And some people, I think that Kodak is still. I consider him to have a successful career.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Could he have been bigger? Yeah, but at the same time, I would if I was as successful as Kodak, I'd be satisfied at the same.
No, yeah, I'm not telling him to be dissatisfied by any means, but I don't know. To me, I just look at him as like that's somebody like wow, like I was kind of
so unique compared to everything else that came of that era and what we have today.
It was refreshing.
I think like from that class though, like I think he was in 2016.
2016
right?
XXL,
Yep.
A perfect example. You guys may not agree, but G Herbo, right? People would say he couldn't rap on beat for the longest time and whatever. This last like year and a half, he's done all these freestyles. He's
been on point.
He's having one of those years, and it's like he's been rapping for like 10 years almost.
Yeah.
But he's finally getting like that.
He was already doing shit before he even blew up. I remember seeing his name
again.
in 2012.
I think he's like I think he's an example to me like a 5 out of 10, and not saying that he's not good, but saying that like I think like. He could have like if he clicked like if everything clicked for him like Lupe's a great Lupe's like a 6 out of 10 like Lupe had the things clicked the right way for Lupe. We're talking about Lupe as one of the greatest rappers of all time easily.
Agreed.
Like we're putting him with like Nas and Jay and like everybody like
right
like
and it's just like you put Kevin.
It's
Durant,
a fun exercise.
You could put Kevin Durant as. By technicality, one of the greatest players.
He's still one of the greatest.
But did he reach his full potential?
Yeah.
Maybe not. And I think that every time that happens, it's very few and far between you get label issues. But a lot of the time, it's themselves holding themselves back in whatever capacity, For
sure. Another thing, the Reason Deluxe. Look, I think I range from liking his voice to sometimes absolutely hating it. So I feel like it just is all about the instrumental he chooses and the vocal inflection he chooses. But there's no doubt he can rap. So if you like that, shout out my boy Chris Patrick. He was on a song with Reason, and Chris Patrick started singing, and then Reason started to try singing. And I was like, if I was Chris Patrick, bro, I'd have just left. Because Chris Magic is way too cold at singing, and then to have somebody that can't sing next to you.
There's two sides of the spectrum of like you have one style of rapping, and you can adapt to a bunch of different instrumentals, or you could rap a million different ways, but your shit stays the same. These are two very severe opposite sides of the spectrum, and I feel like Reason is he's kind of a one-trick pony, and when he tries to step out of that, it doesn't always go.
He doesn't. Yeah, he does try the Smiley album. I listened to that. The Drake feature didn't really impress me. It was just fine. It wasn't terrible. But the Icewear Vezo song was fire.
Yeah, I saw the
Icewear Vezo
video for the Drake song.
Yeah.
Man, you know what?
Yeah,
that was dope.
Icewear Vezo, you gotta give him. Some
dude, he's
credit.
popping up everywhere.
He's always just worked his way into rooms throughout the history of his career.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like because he's never had the like stardom type of thing, but he's been big enough to get into rooms with these people.
Everybody.
He just doesn't turn down opportunities.
Don't know how.
Yeah.
You know how you get into the rooms. You know what? Like you ever actually listen to Icewear Vezo? You know one thing he called himself? Drink God.
Well, yeah, that is true.
You know how many people trying to get around some drink?
That's fair.
A lot of them.
EST Gee's album was like, that was fine.
Not to throw it off.
Go ahead.
But have you ever seen that post, Sean Kingston?
Bro, I gotta show you something. We'll talk after.
But you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Drake Man, please.
I gotta see it.
After the show.
I gotta see it.
That's the type of show. That's why Vezo on the rooms here, because this nigga's like him. I'm telling you.
The KC album was solid. I really liked it. I thought there were some songs that were fleshed out conceptually, dope melodies. The Juicy J and Logic one. First of all, we talked about Grammy album covers. That album cover is sick as fuck.
It is cool.
That album cover is sick as fuck. I like the concept of the album. It's like a documentary album. I wouldn't have picked Logic to interview because, I started to listen to it. And I was like, I like this. I like this. This is good. Like, Logic's fine. He's featured a couple times. He's asking some questions. And I make fun of the guy Logic a lot, but the truth is, he's a true creative. Like, he's just clearly somebody that's doing whatever he wants to do. And, hey, man, God bless. That's what everybody. That's what I want everybody to watch.
Position you could be in.
So God bless. God bless there. So I was giving him his props. And then 20 years later came on. And I was like, damn it. I knew this was too good to be true.
Something had to happen.
First of all, Logic raps like J. Cole. Like, exactly like J. Cole. Like, verbatim, like, I thought it was a hidden Cole feature. Because there was hidden features. Like, Wiz was on it, but he wasn't credited. So I was like, is this a J. Cole feature? And it was, like, to a T. Like, Logic just... Spot on impersonation. Finally nailed it after all these years. And then he had a whole conversation. So it was broken up. Like, it would be like one or two songs and then a conversation, like a 30-second minute conversation. And one of the conversation was, hey, do you care that I say the N-word? Because I don't know if you know this, but I'm white and black. And I'm just like, dude,
we know.
Why the fuck here? Of all places, this album is about Juicy J. This has nothing to do with Logic.
Literally, Logic, your whole career has been based around that fact.
Yeah, and Juicy J was just like, I don't give a fuck. And he's like, yeah, well, I feel like it was crazy. Like, when I dropped Everybody and I started saying it, and, like, people just, like, looked at me weird. Did you look at me weird? I hope you didn't look at me weird. I want to be your friend. Do you want to be friends? Are we friends? And Juicy J's like, yeah, man, it was cool.
You want to go get ice cream? Yeah.
Like, it was just fucking, it was like, I was like, dude, oh my god, dude! I was like, I finally was giving this man credit, dude. I was finally like, hey, man, you know what? God bless. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's got money, yeah, and he fucked it up. And I'm like, damn it, dude! I was so fucking pissed.
He's still gonna be able to.
Because I feel like if I ever meet him, I'm gonna feel like an asshole. Because he's probably the nicest guy.
He seems like a nice guy. I think he is extremely creative. But the problem with creativity is that sometimes you don't hit your mark, or perception is everything. You could love what you did, but that don't mean everybody else is gonna love what you did. You know.
Or sometimes you overdo it.
Or sometimes you overdo it. But the one thing about being a creative is you have to be built to be able to withstand that criticism. And
I will admit,
nobody takes punches like him.
I will admit, He do bring up the fact that, you know, hey, I just to let everybody know I'm also black.
Did you know
too
that?
much.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to this. I didn't even know it came out today.
Oh, I was gonna ask you for your review. Damn,
album.
you sold. This was your moment to shine.
I've been busy.
We're never talking about this again. I want you to know that this shit is gone in the wind. It's in the archives.
Ain't
You
no
blew it.
Ain't no way.
I blew it.
Next
Fuck.
week.
I'm
gonna bring it up next week. So actually, I got to listen to it.
This is your fucking shit. I'll be like, that's all we gotta do. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.
That
Show's over there, bro.
That would be funny if you play it up like something. You're like, yeah, I got this one thing to say. You're like, so that Logic album was like, you got
Probably into that.
Mike instantly go mute it.
I would be. Hey,
I can't even mute mics, but I found a way to do it.
for the Logic. All I'm gonna say is thank God we not live. Thank God we not live. No, but dude, I even listened to, speaking of like upping the cringe factor again. This is how locked in I was. This is how dedicated I am to my craft. I listened to the album I had no desire to listen to. I listened to a fucking Token album. That's an hour of my time.
Yeah,
I can't get back.
It's crazy.
I can't get back.
This week, somebody sent me once. I've been saying, we just talked about this before the show. Token to me is a generational fucking cornball. And somebody sent me a song. It's him and Benny the Butcher. That's actually pretty fucking
Hard
good.
as fuck.
It's actually really fucking good. And I was like, okay, he's got one.
Yeah.
And so but to sit through.
Well, that's how that was started. The first song is like, hey man, like I know this is who I am, like blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, well at least he's self-aware, because that's what some people in his lane
at least you're aware.
Don't really have. And so I was like, okay. And then the second track starts, and I'm like, God damn it, I got an hour of this. And I was fucking pissed.
It's like when you feel like a drive is gonna be short, and then you get on the road, and you're like,
I was fucking pissed. I checked out L.A. Reezy. That was somebody that actually Kendrick shouted out from New Orleans. Yeah, that shit was L.A. Reezy. Dude, he sounds like he is trying to do a Wayne imitation. And so I actually kind of enjoyed the album. He's not punching like Wayne, because obviously Wayne's just another level rapper. But dope. He kind of reminded me of like the two people I kept drawing similarities to, which are totally different. But this is who he is in a nutshell. It's like if musically Wayne and Ray Vaughn had a kid. That's what this kid sounds like. So I'm like, okay, there's some things there. Some things I don't care for, some things I do, but I'm gonna keep tapped in with him. So I think that was interesting. I listened to the Finesse 2 Times album. I just floated through that. Honestly, can't tell you anything about that. That one I just zoned out. Lil Tecca had some hits on there. Favorite Lie was fire. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was dope. I rocked with that one.
I think Lil Tecca, I haven't kept up with him by any means.
Yeah,
but
I think he's doper than I give him credit for.
I will always respect his Genius interview for what he's like, flew her out to Paris or whatever, and then it cuts to him and he's like, I've never left the country. He at least he plays into the fact he's like, I understand.
A generational capper.
It's all for show and for entertainment.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Last thing I listened to, Rory dropped a single. It's technically a Rory single, but it's Masego and Freddie Gibbs. Interesting collab. Really dope.
Yeah, that's
like that.
I haven't heard that. I gotta
like that. Yeah, that was dope. So that's the end of Rory. So from the Rory and Maul pod. He's been managing artists. He manages Emotional Orange. He's done his own album before.
Rory was on Joe Budden.
He's on his Eric Barber time. You know what I mean? making albums and shit. And he had Masego and Freddie Gibbs. So how you gonna counter that?
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
I'm surprised you don't got the new Gunna single that came out today.
Oh, I forgot about that. Everybody was talking about that. Is it fire?
It really sounds
People
like a prototypical
Gunna
single, but it sounds like how you if you dream of a Gunna song, it sounds like that. But I've been fucking with his stuff lately too. So he slides on it for sure. But I wouldn't say he adds anything new to it.
Okay,
the production,
that's always my thing with Gunna is it's you know what you're getting, and it's good, but it's not ever you're never really surprised.
Yeah, you can buy. I was actually putting it on the work speakers, and I saw a lot of people kind of bobbing their heads to it, and a lot of people just don't do that to hip hop.
Are you do they know you're the hip hop guy there?
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
I feel that. But yeah. So that was it for me. That was all the new music. Literally all the new music. I don't think I missed a single thing that dropped other than the Gunna thing. Which wasn't that the one with the clock or whatever? that I messaged you about.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah, that single. I couldn't tell if that was dope or if that was trash. You're like, nah, that's trash. I was like, yeah, you're right.
You're right. Gunna not really gotta go for with covers. I did like Drip
Gunna
Season
does
too,
not
though.
always have the greatest cover.
I like Drip Season Forever cover. That shit was kind of dope.
Drip Season, and I like that one too. You talking about with the
Yeah, with the white.
Yeah, that shit was alright.
Yeah, that one's alright. I don't mind that.
But yeah, I think that's it for today. I think we're gonna watch some basketball. Shout out to NBA Finals. Who here has the Pacers? Who here has OKC winning the series? Pacers. What do you got? Pacers.
I just hope both teams have
OKC. Dog, I am the only one that's got OKC, and I'll bet all y'all make them.
I was in the liquor store earlier, and me and the guy were talking about it, and he's like, man, the Pacers, and then the guy in line was like, that's America's team right now. Everybody wants the Pacers.
It is.
You can't root. I can't be a fan of two Canadians. So SGA can't.
You had to make a cut.
Canadian fandom, yeah.
That's fair. I respect that. Well, let's watch the game, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for tapping into Rap Cave Podcast. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Help this channel grow. Shout out to everybody on this podcast once again. B Mike, Biirdie, always holding it down. Mr. Reliable, Mr. Everywhere on and pop it. I got
Mr. Everywhere.
I got Zay, of course, and then returning to the podcast, I got my boys Eric Barber and Jalen. Shout out to Jalen, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming back on the podcast. Cool and I'm closing with it. Closing with it. Man, patience. We gonna get there. And shout out on the one time. I swear to God, I wasn't. You want to bet on it? Yeah. But no. Shout out to Big AP on the ones and twos. Always holding it down, doing all the production stuff, all the stuff that becomes possible without him. So thank you to him. As always, a big thank you to him. That's where I got to end it. Thank y'all. Have a good weekend. Be fun. Be safe. Go Oilers. Go. I bet OKC, but I'm going to say go Pacers. I'm a root for the Pacers, but I bet. But my money is on OKC. My money is on OKC. So I'm gonna just leave it. No, it's not a cop out. That's just where my money is at. Peace out, everybody.
Oiler, I barely know her.